When God frustrates our plans, from our perspective, it feels like frustration. From God's perspective, it is loving redirection. He allows our plans to fail, or even lets us experience them, so we discover their emptiness compared to His fullness. Proverbs 19:21 says, "Many plans are in a man's mind, but it is the Lord's purpose for him that will stand." Romans 8:28 reminds us, "We know with great confidence that God causes all things to work together as a plan for good according to His plan and purpose." Sometimes God lets us touch the stove so we learn His way is life-giving. The prodigal son, the father let him pursue his plan. He tasted freedom, wealth, and pleasure only to end in emptiness. That brokenness prepared him to receive the father's greater purpose, restoration and sonship. Jonah fled from God's call, and God sent a storm and a great fish. These severe mercies brought him back into alignment. Paul tried to go to Bithynia, but the Spirit redirected him to Macedonia, where an entire region was transformed. God's redirection always leads to greater purpose than we could imagine. Our professional identity is rooted in what we do. Our kingdom identity is rooted in whose we are. God often dismantles the former so we can fully embrace the latter. Philippians 3:7-8 says, "Whatever former things were gains to me, these things I have come to consider as loss for the sake of Christ." We redefine success. Faithfulness, not fame. Character, not climb. We embrace servanthood. Whoever wants to become great among you must be your servant. Daily surrender. Offer your bodies as a living sacrifice. Moses had Egypt's power and identity, but God broke him in the desert so he could lead as God's servant, not Pharaoh's prince. Submission is not passive. It is active trust in God's character. James 4:7 says, "Submit to the authority of God. Resist the devil and he will flee from you." Like Jesus, "Father, if you are willing, remove this cup from me. Yet not my will, but always yours be done." Let's continue our journey. Sometimes, to leave the kingdom of this world and enter the kingdom of heaven, our pride and self-will must die. It's not easy often. It feels like everything we've built is being stripped away. But this is where God begins His deepest work. The psalmist understood this. Psalm 51:17 says, "My only sacrifice acceptable to God is a broken spirit, a broken and contrite heart. Such, O God, you will not despise." Brokenness isn't about defeat. It's about opening ourselves to God's healing touch. Think of a seed. John 12:24 tells us, "Unless a grain of wheat falls into the earth and dies, it remains alone. But if it dies, it produces much grain and yields a harvest." In the breaking, new life begins. Our surrender is the soil where God's purpose grows. Picture a wild horse, strong, untamed, full of potential, but only when it's gently broken can it be guided and used for a greater purpose. In the same way, God doesn't destroy our will. He lovingly harnesses it for His glory. This process isn't the same for everyone. For Moses, it was years in the desert. For Jonah, it was the belly of a fish. For Paul, it was a blinding encounter on the road. Each story is different, but the breaking always leads to transformation. And here's the hope. Philippians 2:13 says, "It is God who is effectively at work in you, both to will and to work, creating in you the longing and ability to fulfill your purpose for His good pleasure." Even in our brokenness, God is shaping us for something beautiful. So if you feel like your plans are falling apart, remember God's frustration of your plans is His mercy. He's opening a new door, inviting you into a deeper trust. He humbles us, not to shame us, but to lift us into our true identity, beloved, chosen and called. Submission isn't a one-time event. It's daily surrender, obedience, and trust. Each day, we lay down our pride and pick up His purpose. What must be broken is not our spirit, but our pride and self-will, so that His kingdom may fully reign in us. Brokenness is not the end, but the beginning of transformation. Like a potter breaking and reshaping clay, God lovingly breaks our pride, our self-reliance, and our illusions of control. In the breaking, we become open to His hands, ready to be shaped for a greater purpose. True brokenness is surrender, allowing God to remove what hinders us, so His light can shine through our cracks. It is in our weakness that His strength is made perfect. But what does this breaking really look like in our lives? Let's go deeper. Sometimes the breaking comes through loss, a job, a relationship, a dream. Other times it's through disappointment or failure. In those moments, it feels like we're being undone. But God is not absent. He is the loving Father, sitting with us in the dust, whispering, "I am with you. I am making you new." As we surrender, piece by piece, we find freedom. The things we once clung to lose their hold. Our hearts become softer, more compassionate, more like Christ. The breaking is painful, but it is also the birthplace of true strength and purpose. So if you're in a season of breaking, take heart. God is not finished with you. He is shaping you for His glory, preparing you to carry His love to the world. In His hands, your brokenness becomes a masterpiece.